Today is day 9 of my 500 trading challenge, and I'm ending the day with $57.45. That's including commissions in the red. And today was an interesting day, to say the least. I started off with $527, and I traded only one ticker today. That was the notorious DCIX, a shipping stock that had a reverse split of 7 to 1, which made its float very, very small. And believe it or not, I ended up catching the around the pre-market bottom, but I couldn't seem to make a profit off this just because I had to cut my losses once it hit my mental stop loss. It had its high of all the way up to 1970, but I probably shouldn't have to tell you guys. For any of you that was watching the market today, this was on everybody's watch list and radar. This had a come up from all the way from 350, and the crazy thing is, on yesterday it had its low of 160s at market open and had a spike of 340s. And I'll go into detail what I try to do and which didn't work out to my advantage. Here we have the orders I've placed. As you can see here, I bought it at 389 at 8:57 a.m., which is this line here, and I sold it at 9:07 for a loss at 370, which was here. So these two white lines, that was all me, you guys. So I've been watching the stock from yesterday's open, and there was a lot of strong indicators that the stock was going to have its major Friday short squeeze, and it was going to be the mother of all squeezes. I predicted a dollar upside. I did not predict it would go up to $19, but I knew there was very high upside potential to this. Now, I started the day off in the pre-market at 350, and its second low was at 370, which is actually where I exited for a loss of $40. Now, why did I do that? Well, the thing is, I got in at 389 after I saw a dip and touch 371 here. So I knew there was strong support area down there. I thought, hey, it's giving confirmation, there's support, the volume's still light. Let me get in before everybody else jumps in so I could catch an extra 50 cents, 20 cents, 10 cents, whatever. If you look at the 1 minute chart here, I got in here, this little dash. Um, there's barely any volume on this because that was mostly me. And if you look at the volume down here for this little white line, it's around 250. Same also for here. Now, the crazy thing is, I said I have to get out at 370 no matter what, even though I know that this has a dollar, maybe even two of upside. The reason being is because I made a couple of rules that I was going to strictly enforce on myself. Number one was trade only up to 500 shares. Number two was have a $50 max daily loss. And since I got in at 389, that max daily loss would have been around 370s. So I said, even if it holds support, I need to get out. And I was looking at level 2 for confirmation if it was going to break below 370. And what happened was this. I saw the bid thinning out and the ask was building up 10, 20, 30. And then as soon as I saw 370 on the bid go to 100 shares, I hit that right away. But unfortunately, that was a fake bid, meaning there was actually someone with a very much larger size concealing their size and putting on a fake number of shares so that the sellers would come in and they could pick up those shares at a cheaper price. If I waited for just 3 seconds, because literally after I got out at 370, people saw that it was fake bid, caught on, and jumped in, and the bid rose all the way up to 390. If I had waited just for a 4 second, 5 second more, then I would have definitely caught some of this big momentous gain that we saw here. Now, granted, I wouldn't have held all the way to $19, but I'll tell you what I would have done, knowing myself. I probably would have sold half, more than half, 150 shares in this second 1 minute candle, and then probably held the 100 shares all the way up to, I don't know, $10, 11. And the reason why I would have held on to 100 shares longer is because I would have risked break even in order to see a home run gain on those 100 shares. And it's just 100 shares, so it's not a big risk for me to be holding that. And I just want to say, whoever picked up my 250 shares in here, congratulations to you. And if you happen to be that person, and just by chance you're watching this video, please comment below because I love to know what happened with your shares. Maybe you were a short covering, I don't know. Whoever you were that picked up my 250 shares at the second low of pre-market at 370, once again, congrats to you. And so overall, how do I feel about this trade? I don't know, I'm conflicted because on the positive side, I stuck to my guns, I stuck to my rules. I went below 500 shares and I cut losses fairly well. But at the same time, had I risked it a little bit longer, 5 seconds, that's all I needed, then would I have caught this move? I don't know. Strangely enough, the fact that I got in at such a low price before everyone else did, but missed this whole move, the feeling is weird and it does feel a little bit worse versus blowing up my whole account in a day. I can't explain it because it's like it was right there. It was right in front of me. It was within hand reach, you know? Also, at the same time, and I'm going to sound contradicting here, I do feel a lot better knowing that at least I tried. Because at the end of the day, I'm the type of person that's much better off knowing I tried and failed versus not trying at all. And that concludes our video lesson for today. Today, the video lesson, and I'm going to title this video lesson DCIX because I think this video deserves to be titled after the big opportunity I missed today. And I always keep this as a reminder to always stay alert and that I never know when my next big trade could come from, and to always prepare and try to catch the next one. Because I know this for a fact. The market will present another opportunity like this. I can't say when, and these are pretty rare. Last year we had DRYS, which had a similar move like this. It went from all the way from $6 to $100, I believe. But anyways, this has been the story of how I almost made 100% in just one trade, maybe even 200, 300%. And the last thing I'll say is this. I'm very happy that I was able to catch this opportunity before it happened because that means I'll be able to spot more stocks like this and hopefully trade it better than I did with this one. And that's all I've got to say for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you want to continue following my journey of growing my $500 account. I'll see you guys here back on Monday.